the student's perspective, it's digital storytelling made very easy with traditional programs that we have out there or apps that we have out there. It's very complicated with using timelines and cutting videos and putting them together. With Pathfinder, it makes it very easy where you just swipe what you want to create within your movie or presentation.
It also addresses the needs of teachers. I think the exact example that James uses, a student would come in with a video of a leaf and then they wouldn't know why the leaf was there, and the teacher didn't know why either. So this way the teacher can follow the learning process as the child is learning or the student is learning, and they can actually have feedback. So it's not a grading process where the teacher just gives a mark at the end project. It's more of a encouraging to explore and learn as they grow, and it's a growing relationship between the student and teacher in the learning process. Well, so I work at a literacy clinic, and when I help children kind of voice their thoughts and put it on paper, I notice that there's a lot of problems because they know all this information, but when they actually have to come and write it down, it becomes these short sentences, and they use such small words, but you know that they're capable of a lot more. And so when I talk with them in a conversation, I feel like they share all this knowledge with me that I never would have expected and would have never came through their writing. So I think our app, especially the voice recording feature, allows them to share their story while showing something that they've created and put all this effort and time into, but without them actually being able to document their learning process and be able to record what they have to say about it. You would never know this about them.
Okay, well, as we know, children usually think visually, and I think this app offers two big features which I think are very important and really helpful and beneficial for students out there. The first feature being mind maps, and I know personally I like to think visually, spatially, and with mind maps it helps me organize my ideas that way, and it also helps show the teacher in a much more easier fashion what I'm thinking. And the second feature that I think is really important is creating pathways, which again helps the student create their presentation in a much more easier manner without them having to being frustrated with the process of creating or digital storytelling.
I was really excited about the mind mapping process of our app because as a student, I was given a creative project, and I guess it was too creative and my teacher didn't understand. It kind of put the burden on them to either give me a bad grade or just not really appreciate my work. But with the mind mapping process, it kind of feedback continuously through the learning process. Teachers can see into the student's mind and kind of understand where they're coming from, as opposed to kind of telling the student to be creative, but kind of telling them at the same time to not be too creative, that the teacher just doesn't understand what they're